mind. That's the 7th one you've thrown, and it's very nearly hit me. What's the matter anyway? You've been working for hours. It can't be all rubbish.
Sorry, Will. This writing mark is much harder than it looks. I'm completely stuck. I barely even started. I bet Tolkien didn't have to deal with this. Come and have a look. Tell me what you think.
It was the coldest of nights, and deep in the woods upon a carpet of snow, 2 brothers carried out the darkest of deeds.
In you go, my beauties. See how they shine? With these fragments, brother, we'll be powerful enough to rule all the 13 lands. No one will dare to stand in our way. All will bow to me. Us. Of course I mean us.
Well done, brother. A marvelous plan as always. Now, we just need to make those silly little villagers think the giants did it. They'll be so busy squabbling amongst themselves, they won't suspect us at all.
There had long been bad feeling between the villagers of Nova and the giants who inhabited the neighbouring lands. The brothers knew that if the villagers thought the giants had stolen it, it would start a new quarrel.
By the time they realise what we've done, it'll be too late! Does anyone have a lozenge? No.
We just have to put up with the cold a little longer. I promised Uncle Elliot we stay out from under his feet until dusk. Then we can go back and get warm. I know the cabin is small, but with Mum and Dad gone, we have to try and make the best of things. What's wrong, girl?
I think it's getting colder. And look, the sky is going all funny. Maybe we're going to have a snowstorm. But wait, there's someone in the clearing.
It's Evanora. She looks awfully sad. Evanora, can you hear me? It's Gwyn from the village. Are you all right?
They're gone, child. Stolen away in the night. The fragments, can't you feel it? The magic from the mountain is slipping away. Every spell, every enchantment I cast upon those fragments was completely useless. They cast all my magic aside, like it was a toy, a magician's trick. What do you mean they're gone? You aren't making any sense. They can't be gone. It's impossible. Who took them, Evanora? Who took the fragments? Giants. Giants took the fragments. The existence of Nova is tied to those fragments. Without them, quite simply, there is no village.
Dad used to tell us that. I thought it was just a story. You're saying it's real? The stories are true? Then there must be somebody who can help us. Somebody brave and strong. A hero.
You might find one in the village. An elder, perhaps, a ranger, or one of the older children.
Forget about the village. Forget about the elders and the rangers. That's not the type of hero this story needs. I'd look a little closer to home if I were you.
Who said that?
Why stop at one hero? Maybe our story needs more. We should be looking for 2 or 3, maybe even 4. The more the merrier. They don't have to be human either.
It's not me, Gretel. I promise. Both of you stay close. I don't know what's happening. Evanora, what's going on? Are you doing this?
You could have a whole host of heroes if you wanted. Now let me think. Where might we find such a brave and daring group? Certainly not in the village. But maybe, just maybe.
We should look a little closer to him. And by closer to him, of course, I mean right here in front of us. Look, 2 girls, 1 boy, and a rather exceptional wolf. I think we already have everything we need.
You want us to save the fragments? But that's impossible. We're children for a start, and Diana's braver than all of us put together. People like us, we're not built for adventures.
You don't think you're brave enough for this quest? You don't think you're strong enough? Maybe you don't think you're smart enough or fast enough either. Right. We're too normal to be heroes. We're not the best at anything. We're completely and utterly average. Just three nice children who are a little bit boring, actually. Then you're exactly the people for the task. A healthy dose of adventure will be good for you. You seem like a clever wolf. Take them back to the village, help them gather their things, then get them on the road. There isn't much time. They'll be needing you, Gretel, before their adventure is through, and you in turn will be needing this. Pinned to your clothes, it will make you completely invisible. It's old magic, older than me, only to be used in the absolute dire emergencies. Mind, old magic is not to be trifled with. Take it, child, and run along.
It's so heavy. I've never seen anything like this before. It even smells like magic. Thank you, Evanora. I'll be very careful with it, I promise.
Dana led the children back to the village, howling and nipping at their heels to speed them on their way. When they arrived, Nova was in chaos.
Did you hear the news? We're doomed. We're all doomed. There's nothing to be done but panic. What will become of us?
It's the apocalypse.
Start running, children. Save yourselves. Run and don't stop until we're a speck on the mountainside. Run and don't look back. Run!
I hear giants are responsible. Giants here in Nova.
Keep your heads. They took the stones first to weaken us. They'll come back for the children next. You mark my words. We need to be on our guard. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. You should have been here, Gwen. I don't know how many times I have to tell you not to go wandering in the woods. You're supposed to keep to the outskirts where everyone can see you.
We were with Evanora. We already know about the fragments. She said she wants us to go after them and recover them if we can. She said that an adventure would do us good.
Save the village, you three nonsense. That's a job for a wise man and warrior, not three children and a half-grown wolf. Evanora has some funny ideas, too much time alone. It's not good for a person. Village meeting in 5 minutes. Mr. Jenkins, grown-ups, I'm afraid. Don't want to scare the little darlings.
Of course, run on home, all of you, and sit tight until I get there. Straight back to the cabin as quickly as you can. This isn't a game. Nova isn't safe.
Nice. He's got no faith in us, but he'll trust the faith to village to grumpy old Elder Swan. I reckon I make a better hero than him. What do you say, Will? Fancy an adventure?
Beat staying here and listen to them panic. It looks like Dinah wants to come too. Since when can wolves pack bags? Blankets, food, my penknife. She thought of everything. There's something wonderful about that wolf.
The children set off, uncertain of their path, trusting in Dane, who seemed to know the way.
Dana looks so happy, doesn't she? This is her world, being out here like this. It's as easy as breathing for her. She was built for it, not like us. It's getting dark. This looks like a good place to stop and rest. It'll be warm and dry, a little further in, and we can continue our journey when the sun comes up.
A cave? Are you joking? An actual cave? You're serious? You want us to sleep in there? That'll be a firm no. Absolutely not. I'm not going in. No way. Not happening. No.
Okay, Will. No one's forcing you to sleep in the cave if you don't want to. We'll see you in the morning. I hope you don't lose any fingers in the frost.
Wait, you know what? On second thoughts, inside the cave with you three seems a lot safer than outside the cave all by myself. You don't think there's a bear in here, do you? Yuck! What's that? Was that a spider? I think it was a spider. It felt so massive, easily the size of my head. It's on me. I feel like it's on me.
Will, stop jumping around like that. Calm down and try not to think about it. We only have to stay for a few hours, but we need to try and rest. I don't know when we'll be able to stop again. Here, help me with the blanket.
close your eyes and try and think of nice things. I'm thinking of chocolate cake, new writing paper, and a blazing fire. Your turn, Quill.
I'm thinking of a hot, sunny summer afternoon. I'm thinking of picnic sandwiches and sweet, sticky apple juice. I'm thinking early in the morning, watching the sun come up and birds singing in the forest. Gretel?
I'm thinking of bunny rabbits and yellow ribbons and sunshine.
When the children woke, they felt a little better. They felt a little braver and a little bolder. They started early and covered a lot of ground before the day had really begun. They climbed hills, tumbled through valleys, wandered well-travelled paths and secret walkways.
They splashed through streams, jumped over stiles, and by noon, when the sun was high in the snowy sky, they had reached the land of the giants.
One more time. Let's take it on the top. Faces, everyone? Are we all ready? Okay, 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Something's missing. The whole thing just fizzles out at the end. I think we need a bigger finish, but what can we do that hasn't been done 1,000 times before?
Oh, I know. I have a great idea. If we're looking for a big finish, we could end the number with jazz hands. Or not. I guess it's a little overdone.
A little overdone? We always finish with jazz hands. We need something with a little bit more pizzazz, something original, something spectacular.
I could do the splits. No, wait, I did that last time. We could form a pyramid with me at the top. Break dancing, circus tricks, flame throwing. Oh, I know. Let's finish with fireworks and confetti.
Meanwhile, out of the sights, under the cover of plants and bushes, the children huddled together and hatched a plan to find the fragments.
Maybe we don't need to find the fragments ourselves. Maybe the fragments can tell us where they are. We just need to wait for the sun to fade.
So the children waited, and waited, and waited. Sure enough, as the sun slowly disappeared and the night began to fall, the rainbow glow from the fragments began to light up the sky.
Over there, on that lake. They must be on their boat, but it's way out in the middle of the water. Even if we could swim to the boat, we'll never be able to carry the fragments back.
The Quills had spotted a much bigger problem. Below them, on the banks of the lake, the giants had gathered to look at the stars.
It's a little known fact that giants love to stargaze. They also enjoy orienteering, tai chi, and needlepoint.
What if we get Dana to cause a distraction? While they're watching her, we can get ourselves to the edge of the lake.
Okay, let's say it works. Say we manage to get to the edge of the lake. What are we going to do then? You haven't thought that far ahead, have you? This isn't a plan, Gwen. This isn't even a half a plan. It's a terrible idea.
I know, but it's the best we've got. If we don't do something, we won't be able to get those fragments, and without them, nowhere is lost. If we don't do this, Squirrel, we won't be able to just give up and go home. Home won't exist. We have to do this.
What's that? Who's there? Is it children? It sounds like children. I really hope I'm wrong. You know how much I dislike them, they're awful little creatures.
Don't be silly, Clem. What would children be doing here? There aren't any children. It was probably just a ghost.
I thought it sounded like a wolf. It would be unusual, but not impossible. They have been known to wander this far. Although it's been years since any giant has reported a sighting.
Well, now I'm nervous. Someone will have to go and check. Oh, what if it is children? What are we supposed to do with them? I can't go near them anyway. I'm allergic, but someone will have to do something.
All right. Everyone just calm down. You already told me it's not children. It will make you feel better. We'll all go and investigate. together.
The children looked out over the lake and watched as the fragments shone their rainbow lights onto the canvas of the night sky.
The boat was far from the shore, but Gwen thought she might be able to make it across the water and steer the boat back to the bank, as long as there were no giants on board. But before she could finalise her plan...
Gwen, I think we have a problem. Dinah's got the giant's intention exactly as we planned, but she's leading them straight to us.
Gwen pulled Gretel close and got ready to run, but with nowhere left to go and no time left to get there, the children were stuck, powerless to save themselves, as the giants hurtled down the hillside towards them.
Where do you think he's taking us? Hey, what's that on the back? Is that? It can't be. It is. It's like all my worst nightmares have come true. It's children.
Clem, try to remain calm. It's very important to keep breathing. You're turning purple. This is a very bad sign. What do we do?
Oh, they're hideous. You see the way they move? It's really creepy. The little ones are the worst. Is that one on me? I feel like there's one on me.
Wait, please wait. Are you running away from us? Don't you want to crush us and make soup out of our bones?
Of course I'm running away from you. It's a well-known fact that children and giants are a very bad combination. The two things do not mix well and usually end very bad for our kind.
You've got this all wrong. We shouldn't be running from you. You're terrifying. We're just human children. We're tiny. How could we hurt you? We're not scary at all.
Oh, you are. Look at you. You're so small and shifty looking. And the way you move gives me the creeps. You've got the spindly little legs and all the hair. Oh, it's just not right. No offense.
Oh, well, when will it end? They're so noisy. Make them stop. They're disgusting. You'll save us now. We're being forsaken.
I think there's some sort of misunderstanding. I need you to promise you won't hurt us, and you have to swear that you won't try to eat us either.
Hurt you? We don't want to be anywhere near you. As for eating you, I just had nettle soup and 3 burgers, so I'm good. This is Ice, by the way, and I'm Clem.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Gwendolyn, but everyone calls me Gwen. This is my brother Will, and our sister Gretel, and that's Dana.
I think Dana knew we weren't dangerous all along. That's why she led you here to us. Maybe she thought you could help us.
We think you have something that belongs to us. They're fragments, pieces of a falling star. Their magic powers our village and keep us safe.
They're very sparkly and important. We've walked miles to find them, and we have to return them to Evanora by sunrise. If we don't, Nova will disappear forever.
The giants were sorry for the children's plight, but they were also confused. It seemed the stories were wrong. Giants were peaceful and lived off the land. They had no need of treasure, and they didn't make a habit of stealing.
The children knew the fragments were on the boat. The lights in the sky gave them away. But if the giants didn't put them there, who did?
There were 2 old men passing through yesterday, carrying a heavy burden. I remember that it seemed like the bag was giving off some kind of coloured light.
They were quite rude. Definitely didn't want us to see what was in the bag. They called me a snail-brained oaf.
That sounds unpleasant, but why do you think they took the fragments? We've got no proof. I mean, you didn't actually see them, did you? All you saw was 2 grumpy old men with a bag.
Not just any old man, foolish child, but the men that those great lumbering oaks encountered were none other than the great and powerful Elfians.
And his rather fabulous brother, Edwig the Extraordinary. Hello, lumbering oaks. Hello, children. We've not been properly introduced. How do you do?
We're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to stop you meddling little devils from getting in the way of any more of our plan.
You should have stayed at home, children, and left the adventure to the adults. If you had, we'd be halfway to the 13th kingdom by now, and your village would be at war with these dim-witted creatures.
Those fragments hold a magic that will gain us a throne. ground. So we made a plot to steal them from your mountain home. We'd let your people think the giants came at night, then we would disappear in the middle of the fight.
But you nasty children, you had to interfere, messing with our plans and destroying the idea. You cannot win this fight, whatever you may try. So go accept your loss, go home and cry.
We will get on that boat to seize the 13 lands, despite you standing in the way of our evil plan. I bet you the old watcher put this dream in your head. You don't strike me as heroic. Was it something I said?
I shall turn you to statues,
You will be carved in rock.
This curse is as tormented as my heart is black.
Roll up, I'll count to 3. The wolf goes first, 'cause she comes for me.
It all happened rather quickly. Eliphas aimed his curse at Dana, but Gwyll threw himself in front of her. Seeing her brother in danger, Gwen launched herself into the path of the dark spell.
But the giants wanted to help their new friends, so they positioned themselves between Eliphas and Gwen, taking the full force of his curse themselves.
There is an interesting fact about giants. Their skin is thick, thicker than a dragon's hide. Most weapons are useless against them. They simply bounce off.
Which is exactly what happened here. The curse bounced off each giant with a loud ouch, flew backwards through the air and caught its caster square in the jaw.
In a matter of seconds, Eliphas was entirely made out of stone. Amidst all the chaos, little Gretel saw Edwig attempting to make his escape. She took Evanora's leaf from her pocket and pinned it to her clothes. Completely invisible, she ran towards Edwig the Extraordinary, poking and prodding him and causing a great deal of confusion.
Unable to see his attacker, Edwig flailed mad about, making himself dizzy and sick. Eventually, Gretel managed to trap him in a prison made from his own cloak.
What is this? Gwen, we've got to go. If we're not back by sunrise, Mother will be gone and all of this would have been for nothing. We need to begin our journey home.
But Gwyll, we don't have the fragments. They're still on the boat. And it's drifting even further away.
The giants looked at one another and wordlessly slipped into icy water. They were so big the river only came up to their knees.
Clem picked up the boat as if it was a toy and shook it gently, releasing the fragments into his palm. They glittered like marbles beneath the silver moon.
Don't hurry off. Rest a while. A night's journey for you is but an hour's for a giant. We'll see that you get home safely before sunrise.
Perhaps you could tell us about your village and your quest to save it. It would be nice to hear it from the beginning.
Although they were long-standing enemies, the children and the giants sat quite peacefully together around the campfire, eating and drinking and trading stories.
I bet you can't wait to get back home, back to your village and the people who love you. They're going to be so impressed when they see that you found the stolen fragments. You'll get a hero's welcome for sure.
Thank you. But we aren't heroes. Not really. We just didn't want Nova to vanish. Life there isn't perfect, but it's always been our home. No, there's nothing heroic heroic about us. We're just ordinary children.
What are heroes but ordinary people who accomplish extraordinary things? You might not look or feel like the heroes from the books, but you're brave and strong, just like them. Your strength lives here. Your courage lives here. And you are, all four of you, full of magic. Not that kind of magic. Not spells and curses and potions. I'm talking about who you are. What you've put yourself through for your village. The way you're prepared to sacrifice your own safety to save the ones you love. It's different, but it's still magic.
And the children returned to the village and were indeed welcome as heroes. The end. What do you think, Dana? You're quite right. It does need a title. Well, let's see. I know. A Different Kind of Magic by Gwen Jenkins of Nova.